Let's get this party started.
Coverage tight, spotlight on tomorrow. Who you with? Trust, you'll be delighted that you followed. At Phirst Contention, the invention. We debate sports, of course we should mention. What's that? We cover games, we don't play suspensions. We 100, so if your star's missing, we let you know your squad surely gone fishing. We never fish though, no, not our motto. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention.
I said, hola, senors. Wait a minute. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Striving higher every day. This is Stephen Davis, a.k.a. Shed, taking over from Marvin S. Banks, who, Lord be known, is out there right now trying to get some type of hair treatment for his head. There's a new formula out there to kind of give bald people hair, so he's the first guinea pig to test it out.
We had nothing to do with
We'll
that.
see what happens next week.
Nothing to do with
But
that.
for this week, we're going to turn it up. We're going to have some fun. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Jolly, and Mr. Sosina.
Salutations, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We got a great show in the works for you. Oh, yeah. Mark, but we got Steve here, so we gonna be all right.
Yep.
We gonna be all right.
Yep.
Capetra, Marvin, sorry.
Sorry.
Capetra, what we talking about
All
today?
right, so NBA free agent frenzy is happening. Who are the winners? Who are the losers? We'll break it down for you. The USA women have won.
USA.
And over in
USA.
football world, some not so smart things are going on with DeAndre Johnson and Jason Pierre-Paul. We'll get to it later. So, gentlemen, NBA free agent frenzy. It's that time of year, the draft is over. You know, players are going into retirement, contracts are up. Who do you believe are the winners of this year's NBA free agent round?
I think obviously you have to go back to the old man river team out in the West, the San Antonio Spurs.
Definitely.
Not only is Manu Ginobili coming back, not only is Tim Duncan coming back, not only do you have the best coach in the National Basketball Association, Greg Popovich, you have not only inked LaMarcus Aldridge, but David West has decided to take his talents to San Antonio as well. So San Antonio is shutting the free agency down right now.
Definitely.
And they, in a very, very tough West, I don't see why you can't have them as the favorite to come out, even over, the Golden State Warriors who won it all last season, obviously, in most recent memory.
Absolutely. The Spurs will not die, man. They will not die. They figure out a way to keep those wheels turning. This is now LaMarcus Aldridge. He's going to take over as, Tim Duncan is kind of going away, but he's there for one more year. Who knows? They might win a title with that team, with David West. But
maybe.
As you look at the future with Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge kind of set in stone for that team, the Spurs are going to be in it for a long time now.
You know where the Spurs win in comparison to other teams is they haven't top-heavied their salaries. They're able to really build a team because they don't have one player who's injured soaking up all the money, like some other teams might.
True that.
A little bit of foreshadowing. That's where some of these other players, Danny Green's back on the squad. Someone they did lose, Marco Bellinelli. He added some offensive fireworks off of the bench. But, hey, you talk about when a good team and they've got a great culture of winning, David West, he took a discount to go over there.
Huge discount.
Just like, the Patriots, everyone's taking all these cuts to go out to New England and try to get a ring before their career's over.
Everybody's chasing rings nowadays. I mean,
It's the move.
you got to commend Tim Duncan as well. I mean, he's taking pay cuts every year to let people, come on his team and just kind of build that camaraderie, get back to the title chase. But, man, Popovich, you just got to commend them. Just got to commend them. Another team that kind of surprised me, too, I thought it was a good move, was the Milwaukee Bucks signing Greg Monroe.
Okay.
First of all, as a former Knicks fan, not a Knicks fan anymore.
Let me know.
Not a Knicks fan anymore. But as a former Knicks fan, you got to feel for the Knicks for having a guy like Greg Monroe, who's been talked about all summer as the guaranteed person that's going to come play for your team, and he chooses to play for Milwaukee. Granted, Milwaukee is a good team. They got a nice young nucleus, a good team that's kind of building with Jason Kidd. They got a tall team. Everybody's 6'7" and above. I mean, that's a good fit for him. But you think about the big market teams like New York and Los Angeles. What's going on, man? They can't get nobody.
You beat me to it. So, who did the worst in a free agent frenzy?
I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it.
We touched on the big teams. When you got players who are trying to win right now, the last thing they want to do, the last thing they have time for is to wait a few years, to rebuild, to wait for you to get back to prominence. LaMarcus Aldridge, it seemed like they were offering him like the whole Kazam treatment. And he's like, I don't care about movies. I don't make my money. I'm 30 years old now. I'm trying to win. I need a ring, man. I've been in Portland all these years. And, for all this time in Portland, does he really have like a signature moment, something that you can remember that he's done with them?
You know what? I don't think so.
Portland doesn't have a lot of signature moments in general.
To be honest, that may work a little bit in the Lakers' favor. Kobe Bryant, what's he, 37? Aldridge turning 31 and a 19-year-old rookie point guard. It may not have worked best in their favor. So, and then obviously the Knicks, everyone's like, dumpster fire.
I saw a picture Dwayne Wade tweeted out, and it was him, LeBron, and Chris Paul, and Carmelo Anthony. I was like, which one of these doesn't belong?
Oh, really? That's how you gonna do my guy?
I'm sorry. It's not so much him as much as his team.
Melo's still your guy?
So you are a Knicks fan?
Melo's still my guy. I'm not a Knicks fan.
People don't want to play with Melo.
I'm not a Knicks fan.
Why not?
People don't want to play.
I don't think that's the truth.
He doesn't make. Are you sure?
I don't think that's the truth. I don't believe that. I don't believe what they say about
Kobe was so good, people will be flocking to play with these superstars. But the proof is in the pudding.
You think it's that they're not good, or it might be like a leadership style?
I think it's the team. You look at the front office. The front office is not intact. Nobody really believes in Phil Jackson yet because he hasn't proved anything as a GM. Mitch Kupchak, everybody just really don't like him. But then the team that's kind of built around him.
Oh my goodness!
You got all these nobodies around one somebody.
I'm happy you said nobody. Oh my goodness! Can we go back to the Lakers? This is like, I don't know what's happening. Okay. Let me compose myself. Our last show, we did the little mock, little NBA draft your team. And I joked about Roy Hibbert on my team. They're gonna get Roy Hibbert. They are trading to get Roy Hibbert, and also are currently talking to Carlos Shoe Polish on the head Boozer. Really? That's your plan? The only thing that the Lakers are doing that excite me is
it because they're paying Kobe so much?
That's part of it.
Top heavy. They don't have money to build their team.
Yeah, the big market is not the big market anymore. Small market is kind of taking over.
Cinderella stories are happening all around the NBA.
D'Angelo Russell can bring to that team down the line, but for right now, it's pretty much going to be a season of Kobe's farewell tour and not much to play for. Good
you
luck.
think he's really going to farewell it? I don't know. I kind of thought Dwayne Wade was going to, and he signed again.
Wade staying in
Quick
Wade
question.
County.
What do you think about DeAndre Jordan leaving the Clippers and going to the Mavs, though?
I think it was a little petty. It's like, I didn't like the way Chris Paul talked to me in it. And it made me think of the game that ended, and he could have put the shot, and Chris Paul was like, put the shot up! Put the shot up, man! And DeAndre, he lost. So, I think, you're in. They had a good run, the long run. Suck it up and play, man. It's about winning, yo.
To some people.
What do you think?
To some people, exactly. It's obviously not about the money because he got more money with the Clippers.
Yeah.
It has to have been some type of riffraff with him and Chris Paul that made him really just want to leave that much because that team is set up to win right now. And Dallas is good. They can surprise some teams, but I don't see them being a title contender next year. And DeAndre Jordan wants to be the man. Yeah. I don't see him being a man on anybody's team. Chris Paul made him a superstar pretty much.
Literally made him superstar. I think DeAndre Jordan is what he is, who he is because of Chris Paul. Lob City, all that, the flash, the dunks, and all that. So we'll see if he can do it on his own.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on from one team hoping to get a title to a team that did it. the USA Women's National Team, they have won the Women's World Cup. USA! USA!
A round of applause for the ladies.
Yes. We can't talk about this squad without starting off with Carly Lloyd, who gets a hat trick in the first, 14, 16 minutes of the match?
Yeah.
You guys saw some of the game. It was entertaining.
She said she pretty much blacked out. She was ready to go, and it showed. It definitely did. She dominated, and then it followed physically.
Yeah, she was out there killing them. 5-2. That's a good score for soccer games, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
if you don't watch a lot of soccer, this was the game to watch. I know me personally, I was ready to go. Something with a time, I was not paying attention. So I tuned in 6 minutes late. And I'm running down.
Lot.
My friend's like, "Oh snap, we up 2-0." I'm like, "You lying?" I'm like, "What?" So I mean, props to the U.S. This whole tournament, they've really been a defensive team. Obviously, we know about Hope Solo, one of the greatest, female goaltenders right now.
Shout out to Hope Solo.
Shout out to Hope Solo. Luckily she was able to play and not play based on things that have happened. But hey, we're here talking about the positive. We're here talking about the positive.
Exactly.
Not to mention all the defense women pretty much kept her clean. But this was an offensive showing there. They showed out.
Yeah, Japan was like, we were embarrassed. They were embarrassed. And they knew that these women were great, but they were still embarrassed. I mean, it was a good showdown for sure. It brings to the question, are we going to start paying women more?
You would ask that.
I want to know.
Paying them more?
Yes.
I mean,
they brought in a lot of viewing rates. Now, women soccer players don't make as much as men. I mean, this is just in general in the world. Women don't make as much as men.
No, good point.
Is this going to change anytime soon? Does anyone care? What do you guys think?
That's a good question. I'm not sure what's actually going to happen. I mean, the women, this is how many titles they have?
I think this is the third.
Their third title, and the men have 7 right now, and they're in the midst of trying to get another one. If you're going by results, then that kind of skews the ladder a little bit. But I'm all about equal rights, and you know what I'm saying. If they were out there on the world stage representing America, then obviously they deserve to get compensated as such. But
definitely, I think when we think about the USA women's soccer team, we don't think of them as like great soccer players for women. We think of them as like great soccer players. Like Hope Solo is a great soccer player in general. We don't think of, she's really good for a woman.
Right.
And I think that they are definitely changing the way we look at women's sports for sure.
One thing I'll say for sure is that if you represent our country, like you said, Steve, and you have to get a secondary job to kind of make sure you got the right kind of income coming in as you're representing the U.S.
It doesn't add up.
Yes, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Yeah,
for sure.
Touch on Japan. The U.S. 4 years ago, we did lose to Japan. Who could forget? It was tied. We lost them in penalty kicks 3-1. But it was a good story then. 2001, Japan, they had the Tohoku earthquake, which triggered the tsunami. I don't know if you guys remember. North of 15,000 people lost their lives, nuclear meltdown. So it was a great story. It's bittersweet for us, but hey, it was right for Japan to win. But man, again, USA, they came out in full force. And I feel for Japan's goalie, Ayumi Kayori. That first half, I don't know if you guys saw, she was in the sun. And I was wondering whether or not that affected her ability to stop some of these soccer balls.
So she couldn't see?
She's a professional.
She's
a human, but still.
Imagine if soccer balls are coming your way and you got the sun in your eyes, especially the Carly Lloyd kick from midfield. When you see her. I fell for her. Granted, 4 goals, it shouldn't happen, but at the same time.
Well, shout out to the U.S. because we have broken the record for the most scores for the women in the FIFA championship because of that. So,
Let me give another shout out to U.S. head coach. I believe it is Jill Ellis. She pretty much made some changes 4 games ago. She said, Carly Lloyd, you're basically going to be a striker instead of a midfielder. And last 4 games, she scored 6 goals, obviously including that hat trick. So, way to come back and show them what you're worth there, Jill.
Yep. USA. USA.
All we can do is celebrate them. Nothing bad to say.
Nothing bad.
Nothing bad to say. Speaking of bad.
Good to bad. Let's get into some football news. Obviously, if you've been checking your timelines or your Twitter feeds as of late, there's been a lot of news, and it's not been good news when it comes to football. Right now, Florida State is dealing with another, disgruntled player. They had Jameis Winston. Now they got a highly touted freshman who was Mr. Football in Florida, DeAndre Johnson. He's been kicked off the team because, I don't know if you've seen this incident, but in the bar, he was wrestling with this lady, and then he ended up punching her in the face. The video is very graphic, and the situation kind of lends itself as you see what happens nowadays with Ray Rice and all the stuff that's been going on. You have to let this player go. It's kind of funny in this situation coming from a player's perspective, thinking about, first of all, the kid was 19. What's he doing in the bar? Second of all,
I didn't even think of it. I didn't think of
second of all,
Yeah.
why is he going up there to get, some drinks, because of that?
Yeah.
Third of all, he has a target on him.
Yeah.
So you already know, and you're in
Maybe
an
he
environment
came in
like
before
that
him.
with, different people and just everybody's trying to come at you. You can't do stupid stuff
Yeah.
like that. I mean, obviously, the situation may have been different than what we know as far as what was said and things like that, but you can't cross the line and just hit the person because you already know the target's on your back.
You
and
were already in a place you weren't supposed to be in.
Exactly. And to me, it's just kind of weird, but I want to get you guys' thoughts on it.
Seeing the video, people are like, well, she hit first. It really, from a woman, it just doesn't matter. I mean, granted, should she have hit him? No. But should he have been off the team? He broke all kind of team rules. First of all, like you say, he's 19 in a bar. Even if she did hit him first, I mean, at some point, that was not an excuse to hit back. That is a big boy. He's a boy. He's still a boy. He's not a man yet. That's a big boy. But it's such a shame to see his career. I mean, I don't think it's going to be, it might be over. I hope it's not over because, we need to use these as teaching moments. But he should have been paying attention to what's been going on the past 12 months in the NFL and college, football.
And when you aspire to go to the NFL, how could you not pay attention? Whenever anything happens bad in the NFL, what's the first name that comes to everyone's lip is Ray Rice. Deflategate. Tom Brady's like, please, can you not mention my name with Ray Rice's face? If it's bad, we're like, oh, well, Ray Rice in the league is this. And so when you're playing at a D1 school, a team that is 2 years removed from winning it all, and you're next in that lineage to potentially be a starting quarterback for them, how can you do this? How can you do it? Now, you bring up the fact, was it justified or not? It did seem like she wouldn't let him in. She was talking to him. We saw Steve. She had the fist kind of back. You don't know. Not sure she was cocked, but it was up there. And then obviously she did throw first. But when the target's on your back, like you said, you have to
assume that responsibility.
Smart. You're at the wrong place. You're not supposed to be there. We know what's going on in football, and we see what happened. Jimbo Fisher said, off the team, dismissed from the squad.
No tolerance. I mean, and we have to help our athletes understand that you are not invincible. All the fame, all the, perks that come along with it, that doesn't make you invincible. And I think we as a society have done a bad job over the years of creating this little barrier around them, letting them think they can get away with anything.
If anything, they're held more responsible and more liable in a lot of things they do compared to us.
Definitely. So, I mean, everybody has a role to play in that. But
yeah, and think about it, just coming from like my perspective as being a former player. When you go into a school, obviously you're still young, you're still a kid. You want to just go out there and have fun, and you just want to do what you can do. You're coming from a school in high school where you're the man.
Yep.
You get away with everything. You come to college, you think you can have that same mentality.
You can't.
But they try to tell you. I mean, I give coaches credit. I give some of the teachers credit. They try to tell you, like, there's a target on your back. You got to watch what you do. Got to watch what you say, especially now with social media. Got to really be smart. But come on, man. Like, in this type of situation, you have an opportunity. You have a full scholarship. You're playing for one of the prominent programs in America. And you're just throwing it all away with just one simple gesture that you just did. And to think about it like that, that's what kind of blows my mind because a lot of people don't get that opportunity.
They don't.
A lot.
And you just can't throw it away like that.
Not to mention, look at the past few Florida State quarterbacks and whether it worked or not, they got to the league. Jameis, Christian Ponder, E.J. Manuel. You know what I mean? So you could have been kind of next to kind of, you know what I'm saying? You could have been the one, you know, at the grocery store walking out with crab legs and not having to pay for them. That could have been you. Now you got to pay for your crab legs, DeAndre.
Could have been you.
I think another important conversation we'd like to have, especially with you, Capetra. What do you have to say? Now, I'm not advocating, you know, for violence against women, but, you know, for women who like to kind of
roughhouse men,
push the boundaries because they think nothing's gonna happen. I think about the Cleveland bus driver. You go to jail now, you know, things like that. What do you think about that?
You know, at the end of the day, your hands don't belong on anyone, and you have to respect that, and you have to know, you know, you can't take advantage of that. You can't decide I'm a woman, so I get to do this, and then when you know that you can't do that to another woman, so don't do it to a man. Essentially, being a woman is not an excuse to put your hands on someone, and especially, I mean, it just sucks.
All yet and still, don't touch them.
Yeah,
It's a lot worse for you than it is for them.
definitely. Don't do it.
Turn around, walk away.
Be the better person.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Exactly.
It's really not. It's
Not
really
worth it.
sad. It happens all too often. I'm sick of it.
Well, going from not worth it to not worth it.
The segues. I just
We
can't.
talking football, but we not talking football.
What's going on in Jason Pierre-Paul's world? I mean, guys just want to have fun. It's July 4th, barbecuing with the friends. Probably got some nice little fireworks popping off in the neighborhood.
Fireworks.
But got a little too close to comfort, I guess. You know, you go over there with the fireworks, and next thing you know, he's burned up his hands. So Jason Pierre-Paul is in the hospital right now with some type of injury to both of his hands, and it comes at the weirdest time for him because the guy's in contract negotiations. I mean, the last 2 years, he hasn't been as productive as he used to be. So really, he's really trying to buy for himself right now. So it's kind of a weird predicament for him to do all this right now, and the team is basically taking away a little bit of that money that he was asking for.
Talk about somebody messing up their
And
money
then
makers.
to put fire on the flames even more, because in that state, it's kind of like illegal to have fireworks.
Yeah.
He might be criminally charged for having those fireworks.
And then hurting it. It kind of reminds me of when, what's his name, shot himself in the foot.
On Plexico Burns.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
God.
that was the first thing that came to mind. Like, really? Like, just stupid. Funny or tragic?
That's hilarious.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
I'm right in the middle
I'm
because
somewhere in the middle.
he
I mean, it
did
could've been
injure himself.
Yeah, he did hurt himself. It could have been a lot worse.
He's not the first person to, like, fireworks is technically illegal, like,
Right.
everywhere. We all do it. I mean, a lot of people
But
do
who
it.
actually enforces that?
But
Listen,
this guy.
But hey, like you say, hey, if there's a rule in place, last time I moved, I looked at my lease and I was like, some of this stuff just don't make no sense. But what they say, common sense ain't all too common.
Yeah.
These things are in this lease for a reason. These fireworks are illegal for a reason. Jason Pierre-Paul found out said reason. We discussed playing with his money. SB Nation reports that the Giants withdrew a $60 million contract offer that they had for him.
Wow.
And not only that, he has yet to sign his $14.8 million franchise player tender.
Depending on how many games he'll have to miss because of his hands, that's gonna, I mean.
That's a big blow, buddy. Horrible timing.
Talk about messing up your money makers. Like, wow.
And you need these hands, man. Need these hands.
You know, I didn't walk on at the U of M or
The
get a scholarship,
Giants
but if
got
I
on
did,
a plane to go see him. They wanted to see it firsthand.
It was like, oh,
They
we
were
got
like,
to go
we
see
gotta
this.
go see this. We need to see them hands.
I just don't get it. When you're in these kind of, you know, you're making this kind of money, you know, sometimes they say the average peak year for a player, you know, in totality is like 3 years. In terms of
Yeah.
all players, you get 3 good years. I mean, he's going to have longer than a 3-year career. When you have a chance to maximize all the money you got, man, you're going to have so much fun. You got money. Why are you drinking and driving? Why are you lighting your own fireworks? Man, I'll give
Pay
you
somebody.
I'll give you some money to drive me here and there. Hey, cuz, them fireworks, I want them in the air.
want them in the air.
Light
I
them.
mean,
Hey, these
essentially.
right here, I got to get off that tack. Get off that
Gotta
tack.
use these hands. These
Yeah.
hands.
We gotta use our brains in the when it comes to football. You
Like the
know,
episode of
You
Rush
should have
Hour.
brought some sparklers.
something. I'm always like super like I feel like the world is always attacking athletes, but now they just starting to do some things.
Yeah,
that
it's kind of put
becoming
on.
justified. Like I get it.
They do it to themselves.
Yeah.
Speaking for the athletes, though, when something bad happens, again, we talk about it. When something good happens, we don't talk about it. So shout out to all the good professionals,
True.
athletes, CEOs who aren't
They're-
embezzling. Y'all exist, man.
Yeah.
And
We
at the
just
end
don't
of
Keep
the
doing
day,
you.
at the end of the day, they're humans too with an exceptional talent, and that's our fault for putting them on these high pedestals.
Amen.
It's their fault too
We'll take some blame.
for making it so funny to do it.
Man, exceptional talent. And I say exceptional talent with a grain of salt. It's time to move to the best part of the show, the social media roast. We talk about some of the best memes, graphics, what have you, that's been out here in the social media world. But they should have never gave y'all internet.
Should never gave y'all internet.
Never, ever. right.
Jeopardy.
And a usual on the social media roast, Jeopardy Sports.
Oh boy,
Oh boy, man.
it can be the Knicks, can it?
Okay, Knicks. What other team you think is?
Is it? Can it be the Lakers?
Oh man,
Ding, 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 ding.
the losers.
They are also unveiling their new logo. Just
Wow.
kidding. There's no new logo, but it might as well be a logo. I mean, no one wants to play. You're getting Roy Hibbert and Carlos Boozer.
Maybe they know something we don't know.
They got D'Angelo Russell.
And Lou Will.
How's Kobe doing? Is he gonna be back?
He'll be back, but he's 37, last contract. I told you.
Kobe gonna be
farewell
taking all the shots.
Fairwood, like
tour. Don't take him.
He
off.
going off with a bang.
Okay, save like 10% of those shots for
Nope.
Swaggy P, because I like watching them. If y'all gonna lose, at least do it in style. And Swaggy P, he loses with a lot of style and fun, and I enjoy it. And then 6 men like Lou Will, 2 girls, and they get along like them.
They better play keep away because Kobe ain't passing.
Shout out to Sports Nation. I love this one. They're pretty much playing dodgeball, and
I pick everyone.
everyone but Meg. Laker Nation, you are Meg Griffin. So
Wow. Burn.
congratulations. Speaking of Burns, let's move on.
Oh.
oh.
Oh man.
The never-ending pursuit continues for the Knicks.
Phil Jackson.
A lot of people talk about the Knicks in the same breath as the Lakers, but I mean the Lakers were just doing it. The Knicks have been bad for a long time.
Yeah.
Like a long time. I think when the Knicks were
What do
good
you
was
consider
before I was
bad, though?
born.
Just like, well,
When was the last time they
until
were?
really, really recently, they were just like unwatchable. But I mean, it's just this long drought. I mean, when you play in Madison Square Garden, you know Madison Square Garden, like
It's the
whenever
ownership.
you went there, you're like, I gotta get a career high. So
Is
everyone's talking
Spike
about it.
Lee still a fan?
Oh yeah, he's every game.
Yeah,
He's
all day, every
diehard.
day.
I'm like you. See,
Yeah,
I'm not diehard.
you one of those.
but when you used to be, I'm sure this was Keita. I'm sure this was Keita.
Yeah,
That's a good woman right there.
that's how it was on draft day.
Yeah, don't forget draft day. Hey man, if you a Knicks fan, your woman sticks by you. Just
She just gotta
wipe
help you
her
out.
wipe her up. Wipe her up. Let's look at some of these additions. Let's see, Robin Lopez,
Yep.
Is this serious?
Aaron Aflalo.
That's the all-star team right
Fake,
there.
right?
Derek
Derek Williams might
Derek
be
Williams.
this.
My man D Williams been passed around from team to team. Hey, he had that one dunk for Sacramento this year. That's about
I remember that one he tried though.
Yes.
Oh, you need to show that. This is what the Knicks fans are getting.
All right, now let's move to the most important quote unquote free agent this year, quote unquote.
Talk
stand
about
here?
somebody who about to top heavy their team out in salary.
Man,
Brian
got
taking
the
all
juice.
that money.
All
LeBron
the
got juice,
money.
man.
Got the juice.
Endorsements and salary.
They gonna keep JR too, which I don't think they should.
I don't know.
It's important that he stays because LeBron is the whole Cavaliers team.
And I can't take another letter.
Like y'all don't believe me. He's
The
the
starting
whole team.
five.
He is the starting five. So
And
great.
no.
I mean, after the decision, after the letter, how else would he leave? I mean, I don't know. What would he do?
That would be hilarious.
If he does leave, he deserves to be criticized. After the letter,
If he leaves, they're gonna shoot him for real.
They're going to reburn all his jerseys.
and this is me being a little biased, you know. A lot of people talk about Derrick Rose because he was an MVP. He's had his team in the playoffs. Kyrie Irving, he has a track record of not staying healthy. Okay, so now that it's really out there, we'll see what happens with.
Mo Williams is back though.
Mo Williams is back, and they have something good. So,
Oh my
now
god.
you have someone else besides Dudley.
Yep.
So,
He's gonna
No more
stay.
Deli. We don't want to hear about that.
yeah, man. Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you for watching, but don't forget, like the video, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter while you're at it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share, send us questions, send us memes. If questions are good enough, we'll answer them right here on the show.
If they're good enough, how rude.
Yeah, keep it growing. I know we got a lot of new subscribers. We appreciate you guys for jumping on. You know, we're going to keep it entertaining, keep it light. We're going to show you some more PJ and Riley.
Maybe even tell us what you want to see.
Yeah.
Maybe next week Marvin will have hair. Who knows?
So,
Stay tuned.
watch out for that. Well, for Ty Sosina and Capetra Jolly, I'm Stephen Davis. Forget Marvin, and we're signing off.
Trace up.
Oh, I like that.
Ride with Phirst Contention, that's full throttle in. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. Game face grit, like born for playoffs. Say it all in small time like payoffs.